President Cyril Ramaphosa outlined a lamentable picture of how he viewed the world right now.
This, I believe, is a time of rising geopolitical tensions, unilateralism, nationalism, protectionism, and isolation, rising debt levels, particularly affecting poor countries in the world, and also importantly, the declining of a sense of common purpose. Yet, this is a moment when we should be standing together.
Ramaphosa emphasized that it was imperative for nations to work together given the numerous challenges facing the world, adding that cooperation had always been the bedrock of human civilization. He pushed for continued collective working through multilateral organizations like the United Nations, this at a time where some nations are keen to focus on their own inward development. President Ramaphosa reiterated his call for global financial institutions to be reformed to be more cognizant of the needs of the global south.
Countries in the global south face a lack of predictable financing development, as well as climate change. They also face high levels of debt, and they are vulnerable to pandemics. Debt sustainability for low-income countries is one of the 4 priorities of South Africa's G20 presidency. In the world we inhabit today, the pursuit of equality and the practice of solidarity cannot be separated from sustainable development.
The president said instead of resources being constantly provided to already established economies by global financial institutions, there needed to be a greater prioritization for low-income and developing countries.
It is simply, in our view, not fair that over 60% of special drawing rights go to a handful of wealthy countries. And these drawing rights should be redirected to enable countries in Africa and other parts of the global south to realize their developmental aspirations, to enable them to invest in infrastructure, in industrial development, in education, in training, and in healthcare. We need to leverage private capital and use innovative forms of finance, as well as taxation, to raise additional resources for sustainable development in various countries in the global south.
Ramaphosa emphasized that the numerous challenges facing the world could only be addressed through multilateralism, and said South Africa would be using the G20 platform to continue to push this idea. Another key message South Africans have become familiar with that the president conveyed was that all collective actions should result in no one around the world being left behind in terms of growth and development. Nampumelelo Siziba, SABC News.